Audio of Twitter executive Nick Pickles getting grilled in the Australia Parliament for trying to defend his company's decision to reinstate an account that posted child sexual exploitation material. Is his name really Pickle, comma Nick? Is this real? Pickles, comma Nick? Okay.
We have a zero tolerance to the content, but we may, in the view of the account itself, feel that permanent suspension isn't the proportionate response. Accounts dedicated to distributing, accounts engaging in this, we want off Twitter, off X as fast as possible. But there are cases globally where people do share this content out of outrage. And in those cases, we do look at whether removing the content is the appropriate response.
Well, I'm sorry, but if I'm outraged by some content, I'm not going to share that to make the point. But what I would do is, if I am a consumer of that type of material, you're now...
Okay, there's a far-right conspiracy account called, I don't remember, that posted media from a very infamous video of a young girl getting raped and killed in order to make a point about how the left is pedophilic or whatever. I don't know. It's one of those, like, this is the sick shit they want, like, points at their 4 terabyte child sexual exploitation material file. And of course he immediately got nuked off of Twitter, from high orbit. He got, like, thermonuclear nuked. And then Elon Musk personally stepped in and reinstated his account. Because so again, it's a Nazi account. He's a Blittler account. He's Dom Lucre or something. It's like Blittler shit, basically. Crazy guy. But anyway, Elon Musk personally stepped in and reinstated his account, and they're talking about that. It took 3 days for the post to get nuked, actually. Okay, they tentatively and hesitantly banned him and then personally reinstated him.
I'm just saying, if I just share that in the pretense that I'm outraged, that's okay.
Well, it's actually a crime.
It's a crime, and it should be suspended permanently. There is no excuse whether you're posting something through outrage, which to me just is not logical, that your account...
Yeah, the logical conclusion, or so first of all, it's where that like child sexual exploitation material is something called, what is it called? Automatic liability? What's the legal term in America where, like, there's no extenuating circumstance? Like, if you have it, you're going to jail. There's a term for that. It's strict liability, right? So there's, under no circumstances I was posting it to point out how bad the left is an excuse, right? Like, in a legal sense. But also, I like the implication of what Elon is saying, where you could have, theoretically, a bunch of pedophiles trading child pornography on Twitter, but as long as they pretend they're sharing it as, like, outrage, that it's fine. So you'll have a bunch of pedophiles going, I bet the left would love this, posts 400 images of child sexual abuse. Oh, that's disgusting. Well, I think they'd love this, post, like, video of the... It's like, as long as they're pantomiming how angry they are over it, it's like, well, Vosh, and then they tried to say a leftist was spreading the child sexual abuse material and had screenshots in their articles about it, which was a lie to distract from the right winger. Who said that? Was that Elon who said that, or was that, like, right wing media who was trying to defend Elon that said it was like a leftist who posted it? Because Don Lucre is absolutely far right. Yeah, posting CP on Twitter but shaking their head the entire time so people know they disagree. Exactly.
Should not be permanently suspended. You can see why we don't have a lot of faith and trust in what you're telling us here today.
And certainly this is something that we do see regularly. Again, to use an example from the terrorist space, it's not the exact same, but similarly, after the Christchurch attack, the majority of people sharing that video were actually sharing it to call outrage, to express sympathy. This is actually quite a significant problem. When you look at the research from groups like the Internet Watch Foundation...
But they should be suspended anyway. There is no excuse for resharing that sort of material, whether it's related to terrorism or whether it's child exploitation. If somebody's sharing that material, they're still sharing it. It doesn't matter why they're doing it. They should be suspended. That's the only way that you're going to...
Imagine being this guy and having to defend Elon's decision here. Because Elon literally owns the company. There's no, like, if he wants to keep his job, he has to defend Elon's personal decision to unban the account. So he's like, so he can like, he can either be here and get fired, or he can be here and go like, well, I mean, and like that's it. Like that's it. Those are the only options.
Enable people to have confidence of what's happening on social media platforms and what's happening now on X.
Thank you for self-censoring there, Beetle, or I'd have to tell you not to Fed post. What's up, man? Yeah, so Australia's national broadcaster is shutting down almost all the accounts on Elon Musk's X. Can we just call it Twitter? I like how they still have to keep the Twitter logo in the background here, or people won't know what they're talking about. The one thing that okay, in spite of its current ownership, there is one thing that makes Twitter magical, and that thing is the fact that everyone commingles. So you can have people who are gimmick accounts who post pictures of crocodiles every day, and you can have politicians, and the crocodile account can ratio the politicians so hard that it makes it almost impossible for them to get a message out. It's beautiful. It's genuinely beautiful. It's that's the magic of Twitter. There is an incredible level of natural democratization on the platform that is not present anywhere else. Nowhere else. Is there anything even close to the satisfaction of ratioing professionals with stupid bullshit? And I think, as much as it is tempting to make fun of Australia for being an irrelevant country, I have to say, if other institutions follow this pattern, Twitter is going to lose the thing that makes it special. Like, again, the thing that makes Twitter special is that level of integration. But if politicians stop using it, if news networks stop using it, if it just falls to the wayside and stops being institutionally respected, there isn't going to be much room for that kind of engagement anymore. You've probably noticed it, haven't you? There's a lot less, like, general professionalism on the app. It's not just that there are a lot of far-right people there now, and there certainly are, and they're a lot louder, but there's a lot less... There are a lot less clean houses to track mud through. Does that make sense? I'm not a professional. When I use Twitter, you know, it's not like I make an effort to be respectful and civil when engaging with people in higher stations socially. You know, but now everything's muddy already. There's not a clean house to track mud through. That's the joy of Twitter. It is the prerogative of the professional to keep a clean house and the prerogative of a shit poster to track mud through it. And that has to work in tandem. If there's, you know, nothing to clean of mud, then the professional has nothing to do and no one to appeal to. And if there are no clean houses to track mud through, then there's no fun to be had. This is the same reason why those far-right alternatives to social media always fail, because conservatives don't like being around other conservatives. Go look at Truth Social. In addition to it being pretty small, like really small compared to Twitter, look at like general engagement. It's basically just the Trump app. Seriously, it's the Trump app. And even Trump gets far less engagement than he would if he was on Twitter. Because nobody, not even conservatives, want to be in a space entirely filled with conservatives. And that's not just because cons are insufferable and evil, though they are. It's also just because it's an echo chamber, and that naturally cuts against the joy of a diverse and democratized Twitter experience, you know? It's just not fun. It's the same reason why a lot of people immediately got bored of Threads and a Blue Sky when they got the invite code. Because Blue Sky is a tiny niche, like, echo chamber with mostly tech dudes and lefties and queer people with not much to bant about except tearing each other apart. This is why almost immediately after joining Blue Sky, without posting basically anything, I became the second most blocked account on the entire app without posting anything. Because in the absence of anything real to talk about or any, like, conservatives to disagree with, they all ganged up on me and decided that I was the evil infiltrating the platform. They're bored over there. They have nothing to do. I guess the kinds of people who are so sensitive to drama on Twitter that they have to leave for a different app would be the sort of people to do that, but, you know. And people just got bored of Threads because it has no features and the algorithm sucks, but, yeah, whatever. Update number 2, scroll to the bottom, third to last. The child snuff poster was paid by Twitter after he was reinstated. I mean, he's a blue check mark, so... The child sexual abuse material received more than 3 million views on Twitter before it was finally taken down days after it was posted. And Lucre was not demonetized. On the contrary, according to Lucre, he was one of the first batch of users handpicked by Twitter to receive payment via the creator monetization program before it was open to everyone else subbed to Twitter Blue. I think this would probably make Twitter the first platform ever where you can, as a public figure, openly post child pornography, not get banned, and get paid. That genuinely might be a first. That's like actually pretty that's remarkable, you know? That sounds like an exaggeration, but it's not. Because I guarantee you that the interactions that he got from posting the child sexual abuse material contributed to his blue checkmark payment. Not a joke. I guarantee you that they did not filter out the impressions they got from that specific post. Because why would they? You know? Why would they do that? Right? Why would Elon do that? Tell your chat to follow Matt Binder. We wouldn't know that last one without him. Can't steal content. Is that true? Did Matt Binder drop that particular info? Yeah, of course. Everyone here should absolutely follow Matt Binder, who does incredible work, by the way. Great guy. Great guy. Twitter, the platform is now safe for advertisers. The advertisers. Long COVID vax shedding detox. Enter coupon code Twitter for 10% off. Covi cleanse plus daily cleanse. Detoxify and cleanse while you hydrate. Covivits. Physician-formulated enhanced immune supplements. Quercetin, zinc, vitamin C and D. Electrolyte. Here's some ivermectin tablets. And here's some hydrochloroquine. Fantastic. Stella Emanuel is the demon sperm doctor lady. Is that true? Oh my god, is that true? Oh yeah, that's right! This was like the origin point of the hydroxychloroquine conspiracy shit. Donald Trump shouted her out. And she's a complete lunatic. Like, absolutely insane. She's not just profiting off the conspiracy, she made the conspiracy. Maybe she's just trying to get them killed. Maybe she's based. Unironically, I don't really care about this because only the kinds of people who I don't care about anyway are going to take this and hurt themselves for it. This is very much like a Darwinian self-filtering thing. If somebody sells like super ultra QAnon awakening pills that make you see with your third eye the truth of the world and adrenochrome blah blah, and it like gives you the hernia, I don't care. Whatever, go for it. What did she say with the demon sperm? Oh, here we go. Some of her other claims include blaming medical conditions on witches and demons, a common enough belief among some evangelical Christians, though she says they have sex with people in a dream world. They turn into a woman and they sleep with the man to collect his sperm, then they turn into the man and sleep with the man and deposit the sperm and reproduce more of themselves, she said during a sermon in 2013. And she was a doctor in Cameroon. The funny thing is that if she wasn't peddling COVID conspiracy theories, she would be like, okay, just imagine this, all right? The President of the United States gives credit to and shouts out the work of an African doctor who believes in witches and says that their cures will ward off demons. Under any other circumstances, don't you think the conservative right would be making every possible racist comment about this woman? Who, let's be fair here, is probably imitating some of the worst stereotypes about what an African doctor might do or say. But because the particular degree of quackery here is aligned with the COVID conspiracy shit, she's not only shouted out by Trump, but lauded as a hero. So stupidity overcame their racism. Many such cases. I find that racists will often be racist in only the most stupid ways. So when the racism could accidentally lead them to make utilitarian, like correct decision, where like, you know, oh, you know, whether it's through racism or having a single IQ point, maybe I shouldn't take hydroxychloroquine from the person who believes in demon sperm. The stupidity overwrites the racism. Because ultimately, racism is just a subset of stupidity, is it not? If being, you know, if you have a choice between being stupid and being racist, and the stupid option is stupider than the outcome you would arrive at otherwise, they'll probably take that one. Yeah, it's the path of least intelligence. All right, we got a lot of links to go through. I know, guys. We got a lot of links to go through. I'm going to hit the ad button super quick because I hate you. Enable monetization to insert ads? Is monetization off for the stream? Some combination of automated systems and human reviews to detect violations for... Is it because we talked about the child sexual abuse? Wait, the ad's just activated. It was grayed out, and now it's not grayed out.